Good evening, I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. The woman who died tonight is 36 years old. Two men also died from their injuries from the attacks. The suspect tonight is facing 3 counts of murder. Investigators say it was a cab driver who helped flag down police to get the man into custody.
The stabbing spanned across 3 different neighborhoods, from 19th Street in Chelsea to 30th in Kips Bay, then up to 42nd Street and 1st Avenue. We have team coverage for you tonight. Jennifer Bisram has more on the suspect. We begin with Jenna DeAngelis in Chelsea with more on the moments these attacks unfolded.
Christina, Maurice, it was a horrifying string of attacks, all which police say were unprovoked. And it began right outside the building behind me here on 19th Street in Chelsea. Surveillance video shows the apparent suspect place a bag down, take off his hat and put on a hoodie. It's around 8:30 in the morning. You can see 2 people pass by walking a dog right before he puts on gloves. Moments later, he looks around, pulls out a knife and puts it in his pocket. Another camera captures him walking along the sidewalk right before police say he stabbed a 36-year-old construction worker, killing him.
You can tell from the tape that it just happens immediately. There was no time for the person to react.
Elton Wells lives across the street and recognizes the suspect. Police identified him as 51-year-old Ramon Rivera and say he is homeless.
That's the guy. Yeah. He basically walks around the neighborhood yelling at people. I think people are really kind of torn up from this and scared.
Because the suspect continued his deadly stabbing spree at 2 more locations, according to police. The next at East 30th Street around 10:30 a.m., fatally stabbing a 67-year-old who was fishing. Then, about a half hour later, the 3rd and final attack at 42nd Street and 1st Avenue near the United Nations. The 36-year-old woman later died at the hospital. Investigators say a cab driver witnessed it and tracked down an officer.
He believed it to be a robbery. He didn't know that she was stabbed. So he began to follow her, thinking that he was a robbery suspect.
I just heard a commotion from where I was, stepped outside, heard what people were saying, and reacted.
That's Officer Robert Garvey, a 19-year veteran of the department who took Rivera into custody just 4 blocks from his last attack. 2 kitchen knives were also collected as evidence.
I believe because of the quick actions of Officer Garvey, we have saved the lives of other New Yorkers who could have been the victim of this assault.
But frustrated and frightened New Yorkers are raising concerns that this suspect allegedly had multiple prior arrests and was out on the street.
How many innocent people are going to be sacrificed until we finally do something about this?
Police tell us the suspect was also found with blood on his clothes. A motive is still under investigation. In Chelsea, Jenna DeAngelis, CBS News, New York.
Our team coverage continues now with Jennifer Bisram.
She's live from the 10th Police Precinct in Chelsea with the latest now on the suspect. Jennifer?
Maurice and Christine, Ramon Rivera walked out of the police precinct you see behind me here about 2 hours ago in cuffs. He's being charged with 3 counts of murder in connection to those stabbings.
Anything you want to say, Ramon?
Ramon Rivera ignored questions from reporters Monday night as he walked out of the 10th Police Precinct in Chelsea by the very officer who arrested him earlier Monday. Rivera is facing multiple charges, including 3 counts of murder in the stabbing deaths of 3 victims across Manhattan Monday morning in just under 3 hours. Police say he has several prior arrests for robbery and grand larceny in New York and New Jersey.
He's a male Hispanic, 51 years old. He appears to be undomiciled. He has 8 prior arrests, last being for a grand larceny October of this year.
Police sources say he lived in a homeless shelter and struggles with mental health. The mayor saying the unprovoked attacks are an example of the city's criminal justice and mental health systems failing New Yorkers.
There's some real questions that we need to look at on why he was on the street, and he has some severe mental health issues that should have been examined, and that's what we're looking at as part of the investigation.
And Rivera will now have to face a judge. He's expected to be arraigned sometime tomorrow. We're live in Chelsea tonight. Jennifer Bisram, CBS News, New York.
Okay, Jennifer, thank you.
We have been following the story since it unfolded and brought you the news conference live on CBS News New York. You can get the latest developments anytime on CBSNewYork.com.